This is where John Hastings wants to be next summer, competing in Beijing at next year's Olympic Games.
You got to think to yourself, well, they really only have one shot, right? It's the Olympic Games. It's all or nothing.
That's why Hastings moved from his hometown in Aurora, Ontario, to Ottawa 4 years ago to train full-time.
At that point, in 2004, I kind of put all my eggs in one basket and told my parents, I'm like, okay, this is my plan, this is what I'm going for. And basically, I've been on that road for the last 4 years now.
Come on, do it again. Let's go.
Hastings is 24, still several years away from his prime. He trains 10 times a week on the water and 3 to 4 times a week at Ottawa's Athletic Conditioning Centre. Next month, he'll head south where the weather is warmer and the conditions better for training.
The training for our sport is quite hard, physically demanding because there's a lot of you're racing, you're going all out for 100 seconds. So to do that, it's quite hard.
It's also technically demanding when you consider they have to stop and turn on a dime in raging water.
It's the excitement, right? It's the adrenaline. I live. Although I like to take graduated risk, I live to scare myself.
Hastings is currently ranked second in Canada. He needs to finish first in order to qualify next summer. Training has become his full-time job. The toughest part is keeping his head above the water financially. When you break it all down, the funding he receives from the government and elsewhere doesn't cover his $27,000 a year to train and live.
It's definitely financially straining on myself. It's not a glamorous life, that's for sure. You're kind of scraping by paycheck to paycheck. We budget accordingly, and sometimes I run out of money, and that's when my parents come into play, or other sources come into play, and I'm very grateful for that, for sure.
The thrill, the satisfaction, and the sacrifice. For John Hastings, it's already been quite a journey as he makes one final push at qualifying in April for the Games this summer. Carolyn Waldo, CTV Sports.